Hey everyone, this is Michael. On episode 5, I bring Clay on a journey to the era of classic soul as we listen to and discuss a favorite track by one of the most iconic voices of the 1960s, Sam Cooke. Welcome to I Got a Song.
Come on.
Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
I'm happy to be here. How about yourself?
Man, I'm so excited.
And
I
you
went
just can't
straight
hide
into
it.
it.
And
I
you
went
just can't
straight. I
hide it.
went straight into it and said, "Oh, I'm so excited." I said I wasn't going to
And
do
you've
that.
told me, and
Um,
you told me on more than one occasion that you weren't going to do that.
Man, I did not choose my words well.
So
But
you have chased off
I'm
the few followers that we've managed to scrape up at this point,
well,
and it's just me and you talking.
but it's sincere.
It is. It
It's a
is.
good day.
I appreciate
I
you being
I've
sincere.
I've walked the dog. I've had a snack. I've had breakfast. I've taken the children to school. I've done uh
All the things.
fatherly adult things. And
Yes,
yeah,
man. I've done the same, and now I've got my my coffee, and I'm ready to talk about some music.
me too. That's what I'm here
Well,
for.
we've decided it's going to be my turn this morning.
Hmm.
And I'm going to preface, I feel like we should always do this, preface with a question to kind of discuss in general and then lead into the song. So I've got a question for you, Clay.
Okay.
Think about, tell me who you would consider, like several artists that come to mind when I say a pure voice. Who do you think who are some of the most pure voices in recorded music?
Pure voice. When you
Like
say
a
pure voice,
pure voice. So like, just never misses a beat, just has a voice that's like universal, that's appreciated across genres, a timeless voice, a voice that I don't know,
okay.
pure voice.
Um,
Just roll with it.
okay. I'll tell you what. I like something like an Al Green.
Okay, yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
uh, something like something like Aretha kind of comes to mind. I'm not a
Okay, yeah.
huge. I, you are deeper into that realm than I am. I love
Okay.
it. I appreciate it. And in the right, zone, it's
Hmm.
one of the, it's wonderful, wonderful. But yeah, those kind of voices, Sinatra for some reason came to
Yeah.
mind.
Okay,
Mel
yeah.
Torme, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Getting weird now, but uh, those kind of tones.
Hmm.
Okay. I just thought of like a Bing Crosby, White
Yeah.
Christmas sort of
Yeah.
situation. Yeah,
Absolutely. So like
those are nice. Those
yeah,
tones are
dude, you,
nice.
you came up with some good people. I'd throw up. I absolutely know you don't like, I won't say that you don't like. It's just not your jam. Something
Okay.
like Whitney Houston or Mariah
Eh,
Carey, um, Marvin Gaye. I
Nah.
would
Okay.
I would put I would put Marvin Gaye out there.
I like Marvin Gaye,
Let's see.
and I like Mariah sometimes in a
And
certain.
it's funny because
If I'm feeling like a little silly, and it's like the end of the day,
mhm.
and like, um, what's that one where she samples the Tom Tom Club?
Oh,
Um,
Fantasy. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I totally dig
it's
that,
kind of a bop, man.
dude. Oh yeah,
I,
oh yeah.
yeah,
90s Mariah
unashamedly. Yeah,
Carey.
yeah. I'm not
90s
gonna.
Mariah
Yeah.
Carey is completely. She's full of
If you
bops.
can't, yeah, eh, yeah,
But
it's
part of
good.
the reason,
But yeah,
I
it's not my
asked,
usual. It's not my go to.
part
But
of the reason I
occasionally,
asked
in the
is
right, in
because,
the right
yeah,
time
yeah,
and
yeah.
place, it's the jam.
Oh
It
yeah.
can be for sure.
And you'll notice you started picking out some voices kind of outside of this genre, but you'll know part of the reason I asked was that I knew a lot of names would come up from soul and classic soul and kind of the R&B realm. You don't hear so much, and there's pure voices out there in the rock world and so on, but you don't you don't gravitate towards that when you hear about pure voices. Uh, in the rock realm. There's more
Yeah,
grit.
I
There's more
started
grit.
going
There's
rock at
more.
first,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
was like, no. It's like, yeah, because I was thinking, I went to a couple of different voices, and it's funny whenever we do the next episode and I present, voice is a big deal on
Okay.
on the next episode.
Excellent. I can't wait.
But it's not a like a pure voice like what you're talking about, and what I think, if I think we're on the same level, we usually are. So I think I understand what you mean. So
Yeah. So,
continue. Sorry.
yeah, no worries. I've pretty much completed the thought. It was an observation I'd made whenever I was determining a song and trying to come up with kind of a talking point prior to it. And this is one of my favorite voices in all of music. And you know, screw it. Let's just send the track. Here we go.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
for
this is a long intro.
those of you
Okay, here we go.
who don't aren't familiar with our format, we spring a song on each other. I'll if it's my turn, I shoot a text
I'm
with a link to
excited.
the song
I'm excited.
to my friend Clay, and it's a surprise reveal. And so Clay, let's hear what you got.
We got Sam Cooke. I love Sam Cooke, man. I, oh, I I had a feeling that you were gonna send something.
Kind of along
This
this
isn't what I
line.
was expecting. No,
Oh, it
and
was
it's
not. Oh, okay. All
no,
right.
no. I was thinking it was gonna be closer to like a '90s deep cut hip hop situation.
Okay.
That's what I was expecting. This is a delight. I cannot wait to do this. Okay.
Excellent. All right. So what we have is Sam Cooke, "Bring It On Home to Me," one of my absolute favorite songs from one of my absolute favorite singers.
Oh, let's go.
All right, let's give it a spin. At this point in the episode, Clay and Michael listen to the song and then come back to discuss it. For the best experience, we recommend that you do the same on your music platform of choice. Alrighty, that was "Bring It On Home to Me" by Sam Cooke.
Oh man, what a blessing and a gift and a delight. Oh, dry the tears. So good. Man.
All right, what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah.
Beyond what you just told
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I love it. I'm going to be singing it all day.
It's such a good song.
Yeah, man, my first exposure to Sam Cooke was like maybe probably it was probably one of those things where I was at a Hastings or something, and found like a Sam Cooke top 20 whatever CD in a $5 bin or something, and
mhm.
was like, yeah, I've heard of Sam Cooke. Let me look at the back of this. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, I think I know the song. Oh, yeah, Matt, know this one. Oh, let's go. Let's take a crack at it. And oh man, it's just track after track, and
Track after
just
track of just near perfect vocal.
so
It's
smooth,
just
just smooth is what I
smooth
kept thinking,
and
and
pure, and
soulful,
that's
and
yes, yeah. Like there's so much emotion in
yeah,
his singing. I won't get into many of the sordid details about Sam Cooke's life, only to say that he led a pretty interesting, hard rock and roll kind of life.
yeah. I think
He
I watched that Netflix doc on him.
he
It's
died
been a
rather
while.
young, under
Mysterious
pretty
circumstances, I believe.
not so much mysterious, just rough. There is some controversy about
Yeah,
whether
he
or
might have been
not
assassinated, right?
he was not assassinated, but he was shot and killed.
Dang.
Um, the by a woman at a motel.
Huh.
The controversy stems from whether or not it was her claim was self defense. His family claimed there's no way he was murdered. So there was a lot of back and forth on that. But even before that, he lived a a hard, full life for only having been, he was 33 when he died in 1964. So,
Dang.
But apart from that, I think part of his upbringing and his later kind of hard life kind of poured out into his music. As far as his voice is concerned, he was another one of these artists from the early days of recorded music, or earlier days of recorded music, where it was like he was raised kind of singing gospel and soul music, R&B, that sort of thing, and that's of course what he
Yeah,
kind of
that's
gravitated towards. But it's like there was kind of this, I'm singing the devil's music kind of internal struggle that we don't really talk too much about today anyway. But artists of similarly that come to mind, I think early on, someone like Elvis or Johnny Cash would have had maybe kind of the same internal struggle at first. Of course, they would get used
there
to
was
the.
a more clear division between Christian music and secular music.
Yes, absolutely, and I think that
Secular meaning non-Christian.
of course,
Not, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
just of the world, I guess you could say.
yeah, yeah.
Not having
I
to do
definitely
with
grew up in an
religious
environment
themes,
hearing.
Christian themes, that sort of thing. So,
Yeah, that growing up, that was terminology that was common in my household. In my household,
but it's
Christian
funny because
music or
like I have always gravitated towards classic R&B, classic soul. I was listening to Marvin Gaye and the Temptations and the Four Tops uh, in high school when everyone else was really feeling, Smashing Pumpkins and Pearl Jam and Nirvana. And it took, I had to play catch up with all my 90s alternative grunge stuff that I love so much these days, because I was busy listening to stuff that even at that point was 30 plus years old.
see, I don't know if it's catch
And
up because it's you've got your own journey, your own path, and there's
yeah,
no way to change it. And
that's
and
true. That's true.
and but I know what you mean though when you say like feel like you're playing catch up, because
Hmm.
I feel like I've never really got on the bus with some bands. Like perfect example is Tool. Like I've
Okay. Yeah.
heard a bunch of Tool songs, I like them pretty good, but I haven't like sat down and listened to Undertow from start to finish with headphones, no distractions, no skips, none of that. I haven't
Right.
done that, and I haven't fallen in love with any of their stuff. I
Hmm.
like it and I appreciate it, and in the in the right mood, it's great. But I haven't had a Tool experience to where I'm like, yeah, this album is it.
Right. You know,
So I know what you mean.
and
You feel
yeah,
like you're kind of like
I was,
like miss the bus kind of, but but it doesn't
I
matter,
kind of,
because you're
because eventually you do get on the bus. So,
yeah. And if you don't,
and
you
I'm
don't.
firmly
And
on it
maybe
now.
it's just not your jam.
Now,
you know.
that's true. That's true. Now, I will say, I came upon Sam Cooke a bit later than a lot of my other classic soul, and I'm not sure why. Um, but once I figured out two of his songs that are actually better known than these two are, let's see, where's it at? What a Wonderful World and A Change Is Going to Come. That Change Is Going to Come is
I like
kind
that
of
one a lot.
like, yes, it is so good. And I really considered using that one, but I don't know, the call and response on Bring It On Home to Me, his voice versus the other singer's voice.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh, it was so
it
good.
has kind of a bounce to it. It's you know I don't know. A Change Is Going to Come is a beautiful,
Yeah.
timeless anthem, and it's it's to Sam. That song is to Sam Cooke what What's Going On is to Marvin Gaye. It was a song saying something. It was a song for the people to like leave their hope on, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And
Was
Bring It
this
On
one
Home to
like
Me is just. Go ahead.
did this one was it a single or did it chart or is it a deep cut or I've just heard it.
You
I've
know,
heard it, because it's
let's
shown up in
see.
my on
It was released in
Spotify stuff.
1962. It was, let's see, is a B-side to a single
Whoa,
called "Having a Party." The song
Michael
peaked
with
at
the
number
deep cut.
two. Yeah, well,
Good
it
job,
uh, it
man.
it actually peaked at number two on the Billboard's R&B chart and number 13 on the Hot 100. So it charted. It is actually uh, very highly regarded. He wrote it. Sam Cooke wrote it. Another reason why I like Sam Cooke is
Well,
because
that was nice of him.
during that time there were a lot of like hit making factories in the music realm where not so many people were just writing a whole lot of their own original music. And so Sam Cooke wrote it, and it's actually chosen as one of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 500 songs that shaped rock and roll. I have no idea where it placed on that list, but I'm just reading this off of Wikipedia. Um, but
That's cool.
so Lou Rawls is the other singer.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
What do
he's
I
put
know
out some
him
of his
from?
own music. Let's see.
If
You'll
only
never
there were a
find
way.
another love like mine seems to be one of his bigger hits. And he sang with Sam Cooke. He sang with Curtis Mayfield. Let's see.
So he's legit.
I'd have to. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's legit.
He's a player.
I'd have to find another. I'd have to go on a deep dive on Lou Rawls without taking up too much time here. But so yeah, Sam Cooke. Once I discovered him, I kind of did the same thing you did. I bought a greatest hits CD, and it was just song after song after song of just amazing work. Just consistent, clear, pure, which is why I asked earlier, vocal ability. And again, like so many other people, he recorded so much in the relatively short amount of time he was around to do so. Um, he once I discovered him, he really jumped up on my list. I mean, I still put my personal preference is still Marvin Gaye to top, but man, Sam Cooke is just right there with him. And
Yeah, when it comes to like a pure like soul kind of voice, like yeah, that's pretty hard to beat.
but he combines the pureness and the clarity with just this raw emotion that you can't get too many other places.
Now he is Sam of Sam and Dave fame, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Give
I
me
thought Sam and Dave was
Sam.
Sam Cooke and Dave. I was going to see if you knew who the Dave was, but if Sam Cooke is not of Sam and Dave,
Sam and
then
Dave. Let's see.
I'm wrong. But
Sam Moore.
oh, okay, all right, well,
Sam Moore and Dave Prater.
okay, well, we can just cut that little bit out.
Disregard scratch. No, no. Yeah,
Hey
Sam Moore
Clay,
is actually.
you ever done a podcast about music? Maybe you should do a little research before you just start jack jawing about shit you don't know what you're doing.
Hey, now you know. Now you know. So
Now we know.
you won't ever make this dreadful mistake again.
Yep. Well, you picked a fine song, sir. Great job.
Well, I
Once
appreciate that.
again,
I
I was
don't.
swaying and
Yeah.
and just like sitting in my closet here on the floor.
Mm-hmm. So for some other cuts from Sam Cooke, if anybody in the audience is interested, and I can almost assure you that if anyone has spent any time listening to classic soul, classic R&B, kind of in the same time frame as again Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, The Temptations, so on and so forth, some tracks to look for.
Ooh, you know what? You should put some
Wonderful
notes.
World, Wonderful World, Cupid. A change is going to come. That one's the top. Twisting the Night Away, and of course this one, Bring It On Home to Me. Another favorite that's a little bit of a deeper cut is called Good Times. It was actually covered by a country singer, I want to say, back in the '80s, and that's where I originally heard it. And then come to find out that it's a cover of a Sam Cooke song. I was like, whoa, that's wild. But
Nice. We could put
yeah,
that little list in the show notes, and that
we
way,
can do that. We can
yeah,
absolutely do that.
for further listening. So
Absolutely, absolutely, and you can absolutely not go wrong if you just pull up on Spotify or your music stream of choice. Uh, just find all things Sam Cooke, Sam Cooke's greatest hits, that sort of thing, and I guarantee you'll find a whole list of songs that you might not have even known that Sam Cooke sang or wrote or originally performed, but that you'll know it. And
it's probably one of those where you've heard songs and you're like, oh, I just didn't
yes,
realize that was Sam Cooke. Yeah,
well, I
probably one of
mean,
those.
"Twistin' the Night Away" and "Cupid" were those two songs for me, and "Good Times."
Sweet.
And then again, you dig into the catalog and you just find track after track of just wonderful music. And again, he led a hard life. If you start reading his biography, again, I'm not going to get into some sort of details, but he was an interesting guy with an interesting life, and it was cut short. And it's another one of those long lists of artists who you wonder what music would be like today if they were allowed to continue to live and produce and create today.
Hmm.
There are some tortured souls in the history of music, and I just wonder how different or how much better or more music we would have had from those that were stopped short in their creative peak. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Sam Cooke. I mean, I don't have much more to say. Honestly, I've kind of lauded every adjective I can upon him for what his music means to me. So
Yeah. Well, man, I really enjoyed that song quite a bit, and man, it gave me the feels there, and that's what we like, and that's we when we pick these songs, that's kind of the criteria is like, hey, this song stood out to me this week and gave me lift and gave me the feels, or I had the good a good vibe from it or whatever, lifted my spirit somehow, and that did that for me. So mission accomplished, man. Great song. Thank
excellent,
you.
excellent, excellent.
All right, people. We'll see you next time. Until then, say your prayers, take your vitamins, and be kind to others. Bye,
Absolutely.
Mikey.
Bye, Clay.
Hey, we really appreciate you listening to the show today. If you enjoyed it, feel free to listen to the rest of our catalog and share it with your friends. Go ahead and follow us, and you can find me on Instagram at Clay Dang Collins. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one.